Hello and welcome to the TMR Podcast. We are finally here. I'm joined, of course, by my brilliant co-host, Adam Brown. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm just excited to be back in the room and doing some stuff and recording some things and just getting creative again.
For
it's
real,
nice. It's good.
Real. Here we are. And of course, I'm Greg, and we are ready to fucking get this podcast on the roll. This is a rebrand for us, Adam.
Yeah,
this is weird because I didn't know how to introduce it in that we're back, but back in snack.
Back in snack. Jesus.
That's been all from us. Thank you very much for joining us.
Right, and that's us done. No, well, that's interesting because obviously we had sort of bumbled our way through making some vaguely podcasty stuff in the past.
Yes.
I think. And now obviously we're looking to go back. So hopefully we're going to learn from one or two things in the past.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we don't get cancelled. No,
Again.
we weren't cancelled last time.
See how long that lasts.
It was just I think what it was last time was it just like we were getting into a bit of a stride and then COVID killed it. I'm going to quickly stop my phone because I just heard it go off.
That's good. That's a great
sorry
start.
about that.
Not a problem.
Airplane mode.
Yes, thank you.
Sorted.
So what is the TMR Podcast, Adam? What are we?
What are we? What is this? Just give me a moment.
This is a weekly podcast. I'll fill in for you. I'll fill the dead air. We're a weekly podcast.
Yep.
Coming at you.
Coming at you from the past and the future.
What are we talking about? We're going to be looking at...
We're going to be talking about a bit of everything, I think.
Pop culture stuff going on in the news,
Mhm.
bit of TikTok, bit of this, bit of
TikTok.
that, and some unsolved mystery, conspiracy theories, all that jazz, because you know your boys fucking love that shit. We eat that up.
Yeah,
like
we love
breakfast.
that. We live for it.
Yeah.
It's all good fun. It's all stuff that I think, it's just fun to get into.
Yeah,
It's
man.
interesting just to dig up some crazy story off the internet and go, what do you make of this?
Yeah.
And just sort of put things together and see where we end up.
Absolutely.
But it's exciting stuff. I'm
Absolutely.
just buzzing to get into it.
So fucking let's
do
do it. Let's do it. So top of the show stuff for your icebreakers. I want to introduce you to TikTok a bit because I don't know how big you are on TikTok. Not big as in like influencer wise, but actually using TikTok.
I generally don't. My level of exposure to TikTok is when it gets shoved through Instagram and then I see it as like a meme
A reel.
on a page, or a reel,
Yeah.
because everything has got its own like off-brand TikTok.
Yeah.
Twitter had like a thing, didn't it? Like a little story.
Fleets,
and
yeah.
that
and
kinda-
they cancelled that after
They were
like
like
4 months.
Maybe not. Let's get rid of that.
It
So
was
that-
dog shit. No one was using it.
I mean, I can't think of any time I actually saw one. I saw the announcement tweet, everyone just ripping it to shreds, and then it just stopped.
Yeah.
But Instagram's got its, was it Reels?
Reels
On
yeah.
Instagram, which
YouTube
it-
Shorts.
And they've all got that the one annoying TikTok voice.
Yeah.
you know,
the
like-
automated.
Yeah, like
We'll
but
be hearing a lot of her.
Specifically, there's like the American Girl one.
Yeah.
Where it's like, opening my cupboard with my friends. It's just like, oh my God. It just makes me, it's something about it that just, it's like nails on a chalkboard.
Did
It's
you
like,
ever? Do you know who's that? Run the Cube or Run from the Cube? Was that fucking YouTuber? Oh my God!
Run from the Cube.
GYBY. It's exactly that kind of thing, isn't it? Oh my God, we've gone off
It's-
tangent already.
it's-
But
It's a nightmare.
Run the Jewel, Run the.
Run the Jewels is a band.
That was a band, isn't it? Cube.
They're a band who I've seen.
Run the Cube.
Run the Cube. Run the Cube.
What is it? Run for the Cube. Rap thing. Yeah. We've got to go. We've got to get into this straight away.
Hello, nice to run for the QB. Today we have a G-line, B-line, Pete Rat, Gumai
No, that's actually not far off.
G-line, B-line, Pete Rat,
Yeah, it's like,
Gumai
it's that bit.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
that-
Why
that-
the fuck? Fuck me.
That TikTok voice does my head in because
Yeah.
I think that's what I don't like about TikTok is that
Sorry, I'm ill. As if you haven't noticed already, it's not COVID. I've tested. I want to just throw that one out there. All good. Peace and love. Thanks so much. Carry on, Adam.
But like, what annoys me about TikTok is that the trends are so aggressive. Like,
Yeah, man.
it's like
Yeah.
trends. Back in the day when people used to do vines, different time, mate, easier, simpler times. But on Vine, it would be like, there would be trends, but it wouldn't be quite as every single
Obvious
video
and-
is the same.
Yeah,
Whereas like
true.
TikTok goes through those trends of it'll be the same music, the same annoying voiceover,
Yeah.
and it's just like just constant. And I think that's what stopped me from using TikTok very
Okay.
much because it is just so aggressive. You could just scroll and it'd be 10 videos that are different, but they're the same. And I'm not here for it. And it just drives me a bit nuts. And I know that partially another bit of it is I've got a bit of an addicting personality, and I know if I did get into it, I would never stop.
You're into it. Okay, well, I'm going to be the worst person for you with that, because over the course of this series of podcasts, I'm going to gradually introduce you
slowly
to the world
wean
of...
me onto TikTok.
Absolutely, I am. So I wanted to start with this one because I wanted, like the trends, I want you to understand how big TikTok is and how you can go viral for fucking anything.
Oh, I'm well aware of that.
So I want you to watch this and tell me how many views you think it has. Don't look at any of the comments or the likes or anything. The likes aren't representative of the views, of course.
Of course.
I want us to have a look at this one.
Girl, I love it when we do it, turn you on, shawty. Tell me if I'm wrong. I can see.
That's it. What are your immediate thoughts?
Did something happen? Like, I'm watching that and I'm like, what happened? Did anything
Have you
happen?
seen this trend?
No.
So basically, I can't really explain it any more than the video. It's just...
Do it, turn you on, shawty. Tell me if I'm wrong. I can see.
That's the trend.
So
the idea is that, girl, I love it when we... And that's it.
So it's just one dance move.
Not even a dance move, I would argue.
Just like just pointing in a direction.
Absolutely. How many views does that have, do you think? How many people have wanted to watch that? Or how many people has TikTok served that to?
See, because I know that the real world is terrible, I kind of accept that in my brain I would like it to be about 12 people.
Mm-hmm.
But I know in reality it's probably like a million, like a couple million.
Mm-hmm.
Because fuck my life.
8.5 million. 8.5 million.
Why?
What are your thoughts?
I know that TikTok...
Oh,
if I don't choke on my own tongue, I know that TikTok has got like a crazy algorithm where it will just like fire shit at you,
and that is shit.
and
like shit in the sense of
shit.
like.
Sorry, I'm just
you're good.
Just dying of throat cancer.
You're
apparently. Just give me a moment.
Blimey, we've gone there, have we? Okay, first 5 minutes.
I'm out of water as well.
Oh my god, it's all
So
falling
there's
apart.
one single dribble.
Please subscribe for more. If we're not dead by next week, this podcast will be good, I promise. But yeah, that's the kind of thing that TikTok serves you, and that's the kind of thing that goes viral on TikTok.
Yeah,
Incredible.
it's kind of, well, dog shit is the word I would use. No offense to the people in that video. I'm sure that you are very nice, but why did you go viral? I mean, they're probably asking the same thing. They're like, what the fuck, we went viral?
Probably, yeah.
We just did like a random video that was like 4 seconds long, and like 3 seconds of it was just us standing there going. So it's like, it just beggars belief.
I do want to let you know that we are on TikTok, so we will be making dances like that. TMR Podcast on TikTok. Please do follow us to get Adam very uncomfortable. Here's another one. Speaking of shit, now this is the best side of TikTok. This is one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen. Okay.
Hey, Sarah, try this.
Right, she doesn't stick the land in there, does she?
Not entirely.
She's got one to show him.
Okay.
Watch this.
All right, sure.
I like the fact she sort of runs up like, it's okay. It's okay.
No! Hey, Sarah, try this.
Oh, that is
Look, it's the fact that
it's the equivalent of, when you're running and you trip and you sort of do that little mini jog to cover it. That is the equivalent of that, but with bouncing.
it isn't, because she does that initially. Because look, she there.
So she kind of stumbles that one a little bit.
She's against the thing. She's like, "Yeah, Mo, I got this. Don't worry."
Yeah.
Peak the lovely advertising as well.
Oh, just a subtle can. Oh, right. I see now.
God, this is incredible.
Clonk. Oof. It's like, don't worry, I'm not dead. That is. It's the fact that like. It's one of those videos where I can imagine. Do you remember like those old skating fail videos where someone would be like they just completely cack their face on something?
Oh man,
it proper reminds me of that, but I'm expecting it to just cut to someone else doing the same thing,
bro.
But that is
how incredible is that?
It's unfortunate, but I was like, oh, this is just like a fun, stupid video in the vein of. It reminds me a little bit of, even though it's nothing like it. It reminds me of that video of, the lawnmower that just starts flying. You remember? It's a classic. It's like I think it was a Vine, where it just sort of reels off and just starts like going everywhere. I realized that when I did that, a little bit like a Nazi salute,
We'll move
which is why I
past it.
changed
We'll
it
move
to a
past
finger.
it. We'll move past it.
But in that video, it kind of reminded me of that until I saw the hashtags and the advertising and the fact that they are.
Oh, do you think this is advertised? What do you think? Do you think this
bang
is
energy?
sponsored?
Bang energy. Bang energy.
Do you think the way she's holding
and
it,
the way she's holding it with the logo facing out,
awkwardly sticking out, like
Bud Light
no
with a
one would drink
logo
anything.
facing out.
Maybe
It's just
you're
a
onto
damn
something.
shame. It's like I was fully ready to just be like, this is like fun.
I
But
love it.
this was another thing I was going to say about TikTok, which I'd kind of forgotten about, is that it's deeply cynical because so much of it is just advertising. Like there's like a lot of videos where there's just that like I mean, you get it with every social media. It's like YouTube's constantly got like Surfshark VPN and you know stuff like. And,
It's true. It's true.
you know, it's always got stuff like that, and I understand that pretty much every form of social media has got a big element of it that's designed for advertising. But for some reason, I think because TikTok is so much smaller in the sense of the amount of content that's coming out,
Yeah.
it feels way more egregious.
Okay.
Maybe that's just me, but like
No, okay, I see
it would
that.
be like if there was a Vine that was just. It reminds me of Wayne's World. You know, it's that bit where they're like, "Oh, I hate advertising, man," and he's got like a Pizza Hut like shirt on with like a Pepsi hat, and
Yeah.
it reminds me of that where they're obviously poking fun at it, but it's like that, but they've lost the sort of the self-awareness
Yeah.
or subtle criticism that's
Do you know what
doing.
though? Give us 3 episodes. We're gonna have like Red Bull sponsors.
Yeah, we're gonna have like.
we're gonna be wearing like PepsiCo shirts.
I'm gonna be wearing my Gymshark.
Yeah, Gymshark sponsor. Yeah, hit us up.
Do it.
Ben.
Do it.
Ben, what's his
I'm
name?
obviously the sort of person you want in a Gymshark outfit.
Absolutely, mate.
because I
They
am
don't discriminate. Massive,
But-
mate. But yeah, that's the side of TikTok that's hilarious. And then there's this one that I haven't marked for some reason, but I think it's because I'm just. Oh my god, you're gonna love this, right?
Oh, no.
See, this isn't
Oh,
okay. And then we have this side of TikTok that it's not TikTok content, but it's repurposed. So the thing is, it brings back a lot of classic things of like
banter.
a Vine.
Yeah.
You'd love, because TikTok learns very quickly, scarily, what you like and what to recommend to you. So I guarantee after 2 days of using TikTok, your For You page, as they call it, would be all classic TikToks, classic Vines. Forgive me.
Probably.
But
Yeah, it'd be
what's
very
this?
tailored to the sort of.
Absolutely. And
bullshit
this
I
is
want.
absolutely classic.
Breakfast. It is coming up to 5 minutes to 8. We are family. It is the 9th of December, and here is what we are celebrating with you today, Aotearoa. Today is the day that Francis and Violet Eastwood celebrate their 30th wedding anniversary. I love it. This is their children's favourite photo of them, taken on their honeymoon way back in 1990. I bet your parents want to get that afro, though. I love it. Your adoring children, Dan, Rachel, and Edwin.
Talk us through it.
You're the
Talk us
through
it. So-
adoring parents they could ask for and are looking forward to celebrating with you
Isn't that
today.
just the best thing ever?
It is
So-
coming up
I'm aware that.
Shocked.
to 5 minutes.
I feel like you should probably just explain who those two people
Okay, so
are.
basically, we have here. Oh, of course, we have audio listeners listen to this. I do apologise. We'll do what we can for you. We have 2 lovely Australian, bless them, lovely Australian presenters on the breakfast show, and they're celebrating family members. And someone has sent in a picture of what the presenters see to be their parents. However, they are notorious British serial killers, Fred and Rose West.
It's in such bad taste. As soon as I was like, because there was a little moment there where I was like, that's Fred West, isn't it? That is Fred West. Oh no.
But you have to forgive them because in Australia, I mean, it's a different part of the world. I don't know famous serial killers from Australia. They don't know our famous serial killers.
I thought their famous serial killer was just one really angry spider. But like,
Yeah, right. But
what that reminded me of is, I don't know if you remember it, but there was, I can't remember what the plane was called, but there was like an airline that crashed. There was like a plane that,
not Malaysia.
it might have been one
Airline,
of them.
those.
And there was a very famous like American. Yeah, I think you already know which one it is, but there was an American newscaster who's watching this They're going, we have the names of the pilots. It's Sum Ting Wong,
Oh,
Holy Fook, and
no.
Bang Ding Ow. A Wee Too Low was one of them
Oh,
as well.
no.
And she says it completely straight-faced. because
You
you know what's going
would.
on. There's like a bunch of like guys in they're getting.
Well,
we
you're
need
not
to find out who-
reading it as a coherent sentence. It's
Yeah.
just the autocue. I
and they're just going
suspect.
like, we need to find out who these people are. Oh my god, I've got a scoop on the guy's name. They're probably on Reddit, and it's just like,
Yeah.
copy it. Okay, so write it down. They just yeah. Then they've not double checked it because they're trying to get the first scoop, and they hand it to the
course.
presenter, and it's like something Wong, holy fook, and bang ding ow, and it's just like, oh my god, how the hell? Like, I can imagine the director,
Yeah.
like the guy behind the camera, just going, fucking stop,
Right.
shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, and she's just sitting like. Bang ding ow, and it's like shut the fuck up. Like you
Oh,
can just
man.
imagine the
That's rough, isn't
the
it?
cringe afterwards.
Because that's not her fault. Like that, she's just been fed really bad
Yeah,
information.
that's
there, and
just
oh Jesus!
that's so unfortunate. But that's what that reminded me of.
It reminds me. Have you ever seen? Do you know what? Do you know what? Subconsciously, I'm trying to do. I know that we've got like a few darker things to go into this episode, so I'm trying to bring as much levity and lightheartedness to proceedings. But
So to do that, we brought up Fred West and a plane crash.
absolutely, mate. This is what we do.
Welcome to TMR, baby.
So this is a newscaster reading out a fuck me, police officer who died, and she gets her name.
To say their final goodbyes to this fallen Louisville police officer, D.D. Megadoodoo. I'm sorry,
Oh my
Megudu.
god, that's. In fairness, there's a little moment in there where you can just see her
Fear.
You see
Pure
her
fear.
just read that. She sees the name and it's just like,
But
Uh,
awful. It's the immediate knee-jerk apology afterwards.
because it's not
as
even
well.
like, oh, she's got a tricky first name, but she's
No.
got a nice where you could go Miss so and so.
Yeah, yeah.
But with that one, it's just like it's.
Oh my god.
Police
How would you
officer,
even pronounce that
D.D.
surname?
Megadoodoo. I'm sorry.
DD Megadoodoo apparently. Mengdot.
He's a DD Megadoodoo.
Is it not just Mengdot?
Probably.
Mengdot.
Mengdot.
But I mean, there's a lot of words, a lot of letters.
So
in
that'd
there
be
to
what
throw
Deirdre
you.
Mengdot
Yeah. That's just,
or Mengdo maybe,
Mengdo. Oh,
like a bit of a Gal Gadot.
but
Gal Gadot.
rest-
Gal Gudo.
rest in peace, of course. Not to,
Sorry, DD Megadoodoo. We do miss you.
how unfortunate is that? Look at the fear in her eyes. Look at this poor woman. That's terrifying.
I mean, frankly, DD Megadoodoo sounds like the bit before Michael Jackson says "smooth criminal."
Oh, yeah.
A smooth criminal. DD Megadoodoo. Am I wrong? Like,
No, you're not. Yeah, you're not. That's quite right. So yeah, that's
I feel bad now because that is someone who died.
That's all right. That's well, it's not.
In
all right,
fairness,
you're right.
it
You're
wasn't
correct.
us who initially got it wrong.
Absolutely.
We're not mocking the
Very
dead
correct.
officer. We're mocking the
Situation.
the presenter who royally screwed up the name.
Absolutely. Peace and love to both of them.
I mean, we've never pronounced anything wrong
Not
on camera ever.
In
It
general,
never
ever.
happened.
I never miss.
I never
what they
miss.
say
I
about
never
me.
freeze.
Yes.
Wakanda forever.
We're very much distracting from the point that we're trying
Yes.
to get to, aren't we?
There's-
Okay, but yeah, that's going to be a regular slot that we look at a few bits, light-hearted bits, just to break the show up nicely as we enter slightly darker territory, I suppose. So, in the last couple of weeks, the Alec Baldwin situation with this film that he was shooting. Do you want to? Oh
Yeah.
God, it's really poor. He was shooting a film. He was shooting a film.
This is the thing. Like
yeah. Hit me with it.
full
Adam.
disclaimer.
Sort me out.
in the film world, shooting is used to describe filming.
Well, yes.
And-
yes.
You shouldn't feel bad for in this story using the word shooting
Thank you.
outside of the context
Yes.
of it. But
Absolutely. Thank you.
essentially, what happened is that Alec Baldwin on the set. What was this film called? Because
Ruins.
yeah, it's
Rush.
it's Rush.
Rush.
It's some Western movie. I hadn't heard anything about it before this,
No.
which is kind of awful that the press for it will forever be circulated around this.
Yeah.
Um,
Rust. Apologies.
is it Rust?
Yeah.
But I hadn't heard of this film at all. Alec Baldwin has been, he's been in the industry for years. Like the guy is a bona fide legend.
Of
He's
course.
done a lot of different films. I personally, I really like Beetlejuice. He's really good in Beetlejuice.
I've not seen it actually.
Yeah, Beetlejuice is good.
Is
It's
he
probably
Beetlejuice.
he's not Beetlejuice. That's Michael Keaton, but he's
Yes.
like, I guess you would call him like his victim.
Okay.
Who, but yeah, that's regardless
by
of
the
that.
way, yeah.
Alec Baldwin is a very talented actor. He's been around for a long time. I think the first thing I saw him was 30 Rock, of all things. The
Okay, yeah, he
sitcom.
produces that as well. He's
Yeah.
he's an executive producer on a lot of things now, isn't
He's
he?
been around a good while.
I liked his Comedy Central roast. That made him really.
Yeah, he's like a fun dude. Like,
personal,
and
yeah.
what happened on the set essentially was
Yeah.
that he was, it's a Western, so there's going to be a lot of guns on set, and he drew the gun. I think the idea was that he was meant to fire basically down the camera.
Yeah,
Was essentially the idea.
the idea.
Is he was meant to pull the gun, and sort of whether or not he was meant to shoot it or not, I'm not sure, but he was meant to pull the gun out.
Right.
And this isn't something that should be difficult. Films have been doing cowboy shoots down at the camera
Yeah, of
since the
course.
dawn of cinema.
Yeah.
Like one of the first things that ever was filmed is a guy in a cowboy outfit shooting at the camera.
Right.
Like there's no way we should be getting this so dangerously wrong.
No.
But essentially, for some reason, the gun was loaded. It's what they call a hot gun. The
Okay.
idea, like that, it's one that's meant to be fired. With films, there's a lot of different stunt weaponry that they
That's
use.
what I was going to ask you. Is that a common? Because obviously you're an actor
Yeah.
by trade.
Yeah.
And you've been on a few film sets, and you sort of
I've
is
done
your
a few
sort of
things. I've not
world.
really used guns
But,
before.
yeah.
But I've used props, and I've used a lot of different props. And
Is a
there's-
hot gun, a hot weapon, a hot prop?
Yeah,
Is
so
that normal? Like,
so
why the
the-
fuck was there?
the idea of a hot prop, so it would be the one that would be used if you're firing it, essentially. So
Yeah.
if you were getting that muzzle flash, that bang,
Oh,
and you
right.
want it to be real rather than using special
CGI.
effects.
Okay.
Because with John Wick, for instance, they almost completely use computer generated.
Yes.
Because with the amount of weapons in that film, it would be stupidly dangerous
Yeah.
if they used anything else.
And also sometimes it's stylistic, isn't it? Like John Wick is meant to be stylized violence almost, but
Yeah.
with a Western, you want that.
You want the authentic, the
Realism.
smoke puffing out.
Yeah,
and
exactly,
And
of
the
course,
real
yeah.
the real effect.
Okay,
of it.
okay, that
So
makes sense. Yeah.
normally, what they do with guns is that they fire blanks, and blanks can still, obviously, in the case of this, they can still hurt people,
Yeah,
kill
yeah.
people. But the idea is that they're less dangerous. The idea is that they create the bang and something is fired, but it sort of basically just stays in the barrel. That's the principle of it.
And I suppose everyone would be aware of the use of a hot prop, so there would be a closed set,
Yeah, there should
Trained.
be very clear.
minimalist of how often the gun's out for.
Yeah,
'Cause
it should be an extremely. I mean, the thing is, this isn't the first time that someone's been killed by a hot
Absolutely.
gun on a set.
Absolutely.
I mean, most famously is probably Brandon Lee in The
Yes.
Crow, who was Bruce Lee's son,
Yes.
who was shot with a blank in his death scene on the film, and it actually fucking killed him.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
and it wasn't that the gun was. I don't think that one was an accidental loading with a real bullet. I think it was just that it was just enough that it managed to kill him.
Right. Okay.
I mean, a lot of things can go into it. I'm not a firearms expert. I would never claim to be.
Mm.
But just going from how I've worked on set with the way props work, if he was pulling a gun, it's interesting with props because with films, guns are heavy.
Mm.
Real guns are quite heavy.
Yes.
And what they tend to do in films is they'll make prop guns, which look really good, but they're made of foam, so they're kind
Yeah.
of like bendy and
And you
sort
can
of
tell
stretchy.
by sometimes how
Yeah,
they're
the
throwing
way
them
they move around.
Yes.
Because the idea is obviously if you're doing a scene in a film where someone pulls a gun and they get disarmed, you're not going to want to do that with a big heavy gun because
Absolutely.
that might hurt. Ironically, that might hurt somebody.
Mm.
But obviously, it wouldn't be a particularly severe injury. It'd be someone getting hit with something, but not
you're
being shot.
Of course, yeah.
But the idea is that they would have prop guns to do that with. But I understand with something like this, you would want the real gun
Okay.
to capture the weight. Because if you are going to do a shot where, for instance, Alec Baldwin pulls the gun and fires it, you're going to want him to be able to do that with an actual weighted weapon.
Yeah.
So I understand that it might have been that there was a swap or a mistake in which he was given what would be called a hero prop, which is like the accurate, weighty, realistic version of the prop. So it's
Okay.
not like it's not made of foam. It's maybe a little bit more trying to think of the word fragile, I guess is the word you would use. And it's extremely detailed. It's the sort of one
Okay.
that they'll have on camera.
Right.
And, like with Star Wars, for instance, like with the lightsaber hilts that they will have a hero prop version, but they'll also have like a stretchy, rubbery one that can get thrown around that they'll probably have
Yeah.
on their waist.
Okay.
So it's not heavy, so they can move around.
I'm with you.
It's all
Okay.
basically to stop the actors being hindered, is the principle of it.
Yes.
But obviously, in some crazy instance, he's been given the weapon that is still loaded, which they're probably planning to use. Well, they would have been planning to use it on the final shot,
Mm.
likely. Is that there was meant to be a shot where he pulled,
Yes.
but obviously was I think it was he was practicing
He was
how he was going to draw the weapon,
explaining to the director how he's
he
going
was
to
going to do it,
and
then it went off.
yeah,
And it's been huge because obviously in the incident, the director was wounded,
yes,
and I think it was the
DOP, wasn't it?
the director of photography was actually killed.
Yeah,
It's unreal that I don't there's ever been. I mean, there's been a lot of famous film accidents, but I think especially now where there are easy alternatives to using a real weapon
yeah,
or using even one that is just firing blanks, it's insane. And the level of safety that should be treated around a prop like that is unlike it should be ridiculous.
Well, given obviously, let's not be funny. This wasn't a fucking student film. This wasn't like a low budget, and not even. And don't want to even bring finance into it, but Alec Baldwin has a reputation to uphold. You'd think because he was exec producer as well on this. That's why he's been in such hot water, because he was not only acting in it, but he had some degree of management and control over the situation, the production. So you'd think that he would have enough about him to think, right, we've got to do this right, because we've got the financial backing to do it right, and we're all fucked if this goes wrong.
So what I would say in regards to Alec Baldwin is that as much as he would have been producing and he would have been more likely involved in the financing of the film as a producer,
Okay, not the...
ultimately, the safety of the weapon should be entrusted to the film crew. That should be entrusted, I think, specifically to an armourer. Would be the
Right.
person who would be in charge of it, but also prop masters, people like that.
Okay.
They would be the people who would be involved in making sure that these weapons and these, all of these props are in safe hands and that they're being monitored properly. It shouldn't be anything for Alec Baldwin to worry about. He's worked on various films, and a lot of them, he was fucking Jack Ryan. He's worked in films with weaponry.
Right, okay.
I mean, he was in Mission Impossible, wasn't he? Yeah, he's in the more recent Mission Impossible films. So he's worked on films with firearms and things like that. There's no reason for him to think that the weapon he would be holding would be the actual dangerous article. There would be no reason for him to check it. In fact,
that's true.
he probably doesn't. I mean, I don't know. He might be into guns. I don't think he is. But he wouldn't even know how to check the weapon. He wouldn't know how to go, oh, actually, this gun's loaded. We probably shouldn't use that.
Right.
Because as an actor, you don't think to use it.
Yeah.
Like the amount of times when you're on a set and you just get handed props.
Yes.
Oh, you've got this for this scene. Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
You don't really get time to familiarise yourself with it.
Well, there's
you
a
just
level
assume
of,
that it's safe.
and there's a level of trust, isn't there, with your team that you're working with,
Exactly.
the crew, that
And I think
everything's above board.
Especially if you're working on a film where the crew have generally been pretty good.
Well,
You wouldn't even think to question it.
there were a few walkouts, weren't there, weeks before? Like this production,
There were clearly some safety issues.
It's
with
been
this
marred with a
production.
few walkouts and problems before this, and that I don't know if that, because you can always kind of get that kind of thing come out when something awful happens, because it didn't. That kind of thing didn't come out beforehand. Obviously, it's not as tragic as this story that we're dealing with right now, but by the sounds of it, there were some issues going on
There were
beforehand.
concerns. I think there were probably people. I think with this, you'll find out more in coming years about
Do you think?
what really was going on the set, because
Yeah.
film sets are no one film set is like another one, even
no,
if it's the
for
same
sure.
crew or whatever.
Yeah.
There's always differences, and I
Of course.
imagine that you've got to bear in mind that there are so many factors at play here, in terms of making sure the film stays within its budget, making sure that things go smoothly. COVID restrictions are a huge one.
Yeah,
It's only got
schedule.
It's only got to take one person to get COVID to completely delay a shoot. So
Yes, of course.
there's so much that can really throw a situation like this.
Yeah.
So I imagine there was a lot of things going on, but there does seem to have been, at least within the production, one or two members of the crew who are at fault in some capacity. But I think a lot of the time with stuff like this, it sort of goes from the top down.
Okay.
So it depends how well it's just being monitored overall. People at the top, if they are allowing these unsafe instances to happen, that's going to bleed through, and that's going to keep going down the levels into whoever else is working on it. So if there are people who are just in a rush and they're being constantly told, look, you need to have the weapons ready, you need to be able to do this, that, whatever. We need to be able to shoot right now. We need to be able to do this immediately. Then it's going to be hectic. It's going to be rushed, and that is when mistakes are going to be made. You can't. expect to rush through and sort of stumble your way through something as complicated as working on a film set and expect there not to be problems.
Okay.
Like, you need to be on it. But if you're constantly being put, all right, go, do it now,
Yeah.
you're going to get those problems. It was like what I was saying earlier on about that. I mean, completely different thing, but about the Bang Ding Owl woman, the woman who got the names wrong on that thing. It didn't get fact checked, and because of it, she got made to look like a fucking idiot. On this, the weapon wasn't checked, and someone got fucking killed. Like, it's,
no, I get the comparison. Yeah, completely. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's that, like, negligence off camera can lead to real danger on camera.
Yes,
and there's been all manner of incidents like this. I mean, the most famous, well, not the most famous one, but one of the worst ones was on the I think it was on the Twilight Zone film. Have you ever heard about this?
No, tell me.
This one was
Enlighten me.
awful. So in this one,
Excuse me.
so you sort of know what the Twilight Zone is. It's lots of like
Yes.
what if scenario
Absolutely.
type things.
Yes.
And at the end of the film, the lead actor is, I think it's in Vietnam, and he's rescuing 2 children whilst a helicopter flies overhead.
Jesus.
But it went wrong. The helicopter crashed and beheaded the lead actor and 2 children.
Fuck me.
Yeah, and that's what that film is best known for now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it's only really known for the fact that fucking 3 people got killed, and then it was one. I think it's part of the reason why a lot of there's a lot of change of rules to how like child actors can be used, and it's part.
Really?
It actually led to a lot of change.
Yeah.
But that is probably the most dangerous incident on a film. But the helicopter, I think, flew too low. There was I think there was an explosive that went off, but the explosive was too big.
Right.
Affected the helicopter. The helicopter crashed, and then
Oh fuck. Yeah.
you have 3 actors dead. I think the pilot was killed as well. Like, the helicopter completely goes up. I mean, you can actually find the footage. Obviously, you don't see like heads flying off, but like
Yeah.
you can find the footage of it online.
Right.
It's shocking that it even happened.
Yeah. Of
But
course.
this is the sort of thing that can happen on a film set, particularly around firearms and explosives. If they're not used properly, you can
Yeah.
get some really serious stuff going on. It can be
Definitely.
extremely dangerous. Because as much as they're only for a film, yeah, it's still an explosive. Yeah, it's still a gun. And if you're close enough, whatever, a blank can kill you, but it could also blind you, wound you. It can
Absolutely.
be extremely dangerous.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's, an actor could end up shooting his own fucking hand off if he was not careful.
Yeah.
Because actors are not, as much as actors tend to get some amount of firearms training, they're not the SAS. You know what I mean? They're not
of
qualified
course.
marksmen. They're
Right.
not gonna. They're gonna be trained to use a weapon in the way that looks best on film.
Yes.
They're not going to be trained to be actual soldiers. So
Absolutely.
their ability is going to be extremely varied. It's not going to be in the safest hands. And I think as far as possible, Alec Baldwin shouldn't be blamed for this. This isn't on him.
Right.
It's more of a production based thing, and it'll be whoever's in charge on set.
I want to watch his the interview that he did afterwards. Have you seen this before?
I've not. No.
So I've seen bits of it. We'll watch a little bit of it. I just wanted to get your thoughts on it, really.
I've been ordered by the Sheriff's Department in Santa Fe. I can't answer any questions about the investigation. I can't.
For the first time since the fatal shooting on this New Mexico movie set, the film's star and producer, Alec Baldwin, speaking to photographers.
It's an active investigation in terms of a woman dying. She was my friend. She was my friend.
Investigators say Baldwin fired the fatal shot that killed cinematographer Helena Hutchins and injured director Joel Hilaria attempts to cut off Saturday's impromptu interview.
They're mortified.
You guys, you know what? No details.
But do me a favor. I'm gonna answer the question.
Well, I appreciate that. He was probably very upset.
The guy is overwhelmed with grief. He is in shock. He has a 9-year-old son.
Hilaria later telling the New York Post,
I get that it was impromptu, and I didn't know that beforehand, to be fair, but it feels very... He should have kept walking, moved on. I don't feel like this has done anything any good.
It's a really tricky one, because I think...
He's traumatized by it, of course, you can tell that, but a lot of it, I don't think he comes across very well. I'm going to put it like that. I'm not putting any blame on him by any means.
I think
he doesn't come across very well.
It's a difficult situation, because I think when something tragic happens like this, and you are the centerpiece of it, And, you know, there was a lot of people going, oh, this is Alec Baldwin's fault, he fucking shot a woman. Blah,
Right,
blah.
right.
You know, like, that was all
That was a
headlines.
headline, really.
Alec Baldwin shoots woman on film set.
Yes,
You know, that
absolutely. Yeah.
that was the thing. There were people on Twitter, there were people, fucking nutters from, what was it, the NRA? Is that the North American Rifle Association or whatever it is?
National Rifle
Like,
Association.
fucking shitting on him, saying that he should have known how to monitor the gun and make sure it was safe. And it's like, he's not going to fucking know that.
Yeah.
I think part of it was because, and especially in a world where something like this now can completely destroy a career.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't your fault, even if it gets proven that you didn't get anything wrong, it can still completely destroy you. And especially in a world, like, I hate to be like the fucking cringy, it's cancel culture. But, like, it is something that can completely destroy you. And even if they go, you know what, Alec, it wasn't your fault, there will still be people for years later who will go, oh, you fucking shot a woman on the fucking set of Rust.
Yeah.
That will haunt him for the rest of his days. And I think with this, it's an attempt not to take ownership, but to sort of get your point out without it being like, so I've written a statement today about what this is, blah, 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 because that always feels like it's like your agent's done it, your corporate team's managed it and gone, right, say this, and this. Whereas I think this is it's very raw.
Yeah.
And I totally understand why he's just trying to get it out there because it's awful, but it shows that there's not any bullshit to it, which I think is the one thing that does sort of play positively with this, is that you can see that this is a complete
it's not
disaster.
a statement written by a team of people. That's true.
It doesn't feel like, I actually think the emotional element of it plays well.
Yeah.
In some regards.
Okay.
It's such a tough thing to sort of to put yourself in that position because there's so many different people involved in it. But I think what will happen is that over time we will learn more about it and a clearer judgment will be made. I mean, the thing is, it's an active investigation, as Alec Baldwin said in that clip.
Yes,
and
course.
we will from that find out more.
Yeah, I think it's going to be tough for him to ever act again. I think I can definitely see him being advised to take a backward step on anything because
I think he'll definitely take some sort of break for a while.
Because of everything you're saying, and that will always be until we know everything crystal clear, and then people can make a clearer judgment.
Even then, there will still be people who bring it up against him.
Of course, and it's difficult. But yeah, no, you're right there. You set me right, to be fair. Second topic I wanted to talk about, a bit lighter topic.
Mm-hmm.
We've got like a quite nice sandwich, I feel, of content.
Little happy bit.
Dark rye. What's a fun filling? What do you have? Like, what's a sandwich that's fun?
A fun sandwich. What's a fun sandwich?
What's a fun filling?
A bit of bacon. Bacon's fun.
Oh, yeah.
Bacon's a bit fun.
Bacon sauce.
Bacon, mate. What, are you more of a brown sauce fan or a ketchup boy?
With bacon, brown sauce.
Yeah, brown sauce boy. That's a good one.
That's me.
It's a good
yeah.
I'm a bit of a ketchup boy, to be honest.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm a bit of a ketchup boy.
Nice. Okay, I see that in you.
Yeah.
So
see
this
the
is
ketchup in me.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. So this, regardless of ketchup or brown sauce, this is our bacon, if you will, in our sandwich. Yeah. I don't know if so. This happened in September. I don't know if you saw any of this. I hope not. But I want to get. What's your okay? So this is about Logan Paul. Where are we with Logan Paul? What's our standing now? Do we like him? Do we not? Do we care about him?
I mean, like with a lot of the sort of more YouTube drama-y stuff, I'm not overly fussed by it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not one of these people who's like, oh, I can't wait for the next Jake Paul fights a random athlete. Oh,
that's more my area, I think.
Yeah, that's more you.
Yeah.
Like I'm not particularly fussed by it. I think my opinion on Logan Paul is like a lot of people around my age, like people in their 20s, where it's like didn't like him, thought he was cringy. The whole Suicide Forest thing happened.
Yes.
Hated him for a bit.
Yeah.
Then, as time's gone on, once the whole a lot of it is actually to do with True Geordie, who was really
massively
the person who
fucking pulled him up.
I think, especially over on this side of the pond, made him like, yeah, you know what, Logan Paul's not a prick.
Absolutely.
And now I've got a lot of respect for him because the guy has absolutely played the business and it is doing insanely well.
Yep.
He's just known how to steer things.
Yeah.
And the damage control that guy's been able to do to actually make better content and just be better than he was. Is
yeah,
insane.
100%. And I think you're completely right. I think the content led to, because I think of the podcast he put a massive lot of effort into, and I think with that and with talking to different people and so many episodes, you can tell. I only ever dip in and out with Logan Paul every couple of months or something, but each time you can see he has developed as a bloke.
Yeah,
like he's got a lot more. Like,
I think that's
street
why
smart.
I quite like him.
Yeah, you can see there's that growth.
There's a maturity that's emerged. He's grown up a little bit.
100%, and I like that about him. It's weirdly enough, 2 years today, at the time of recording, 2 years ago, that the second KSI Logan Paul.
That was 2 years ago.
2 years ago, man.
Ugh.
Disgusting, isn't it? But in that amount of time, like,
I remember us talking about that at the time.
Yeah,
like,
we did a lot on that.
Just the build up to that was just unreal. It felt like a really big deal.
It did. I went to the UK press conference.
I remember.
Yeah,
I remember you
with my mate Abbas. Shout
sneaking
out
sneaking off with good old Abbas. I remember that.
Yeah,
that
fan
was
of the show.
God, nuts.
Mad.
Ages ago.
Disgusting. Right. But yeah, let's check this out. I want to know what you think. Okay, we'll watch it in its entirety and then we'll analyze. Because this is quite incredible.
Good old fashioned anal sis.
I quit my job. No.
Wait,
It's a story.
I'm interested.
It's a story. I just talked to Logan Paul.
TikTok again. We're just putting that out. TikTok
Yeah, I can see
content.
the little fucking logo.
I mean, like, he was just being nice, and I get it. Media, whatever, he has to be nice. Before I approached him, he was bragging about making $3 million. I make $100,000 a year. I'm 22. I do make $100,000. That's cool. And I want to act.
What's your thoughts on that? Sorry, this is going to be a regular occurrence. I have to pause things as we're going through it, because otherwise I lose my train of thought. 100K at 22. Not bad, is it?
It's all right.
Not bad going.
Yeah.
He's quit that job to go and talk to Logan Paul for a bit.
I want to do these things. I'm having a breakdown right now. Oh, I'm sitting in the cast. I don't even know what to do. Like, I did come up here by myself. I do have family, but we're not the closest. And I don't have really close friends. You know, there's millions of people trying to do what I'm trying to do. Just watch the clip, okay?
Sneak in thing?
No, I didn't. I quit my job. No.
Wait,
It's a story.
I'm interested.
It's a story. I quit my job legit 2 days ago. I came up here, took a risk. I'm originally from Ohio.
Did you sneak up here?
No, I didn't sneak in here. I didn't sneak. What do you mean sneak up?
Like
here?
on stage? Or you just like?
Yes, I did.
It's one of the sneak
I'm
videos.
sorry. I just.
Did you print the ticket and stuff?
No, like, I just needed to talk to you. I'm trying to talk to your brother. I'm trying to talk about business. Trying to talk about trying to get a job. Like, I want to do media. I've been trying to get.
What are you good at?
I was 7 dances. I did like
What's
that.
your TikTok
I did that video, you know, like going like that. Yeah, you know.
Oh, so you really got what it takes.
Yeah, I don't.
Then why would I
need
give
a
you a
mentor.
job? Well, why would I do that?
I want to be like. I'm 22 years old. I'm just trying.
I bet I can't be a mentor right now, right? In my life, I'm a fuck up myself. I need a mentor. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need
connections, and you need people be around you, right?
No, I didn't have connections and people around. I have Jake. That's it. Do you have a brother? Do you have people? Friends?
I don't.
Friends? You got friends. You got amigos.
I don't.
You don't have friends?
I don't. I swear to God. I'm here by myself.
Where are you from?
I'm from Norwalk, Ohio.
You're a good-looking guy, bro. You have friends, bro. You're fucking lying. You have friends. Go make content. Do stuff with your friends. I'm glad you quit your job. It takes balls to do that, bro. But like now you gotta act.
Try to make a step.
So what do you think of that?
Guy's a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, he shut the bed massively, didn't he? So in principle, he's watched like too many films, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Really, of like, quit your job, chase your dreams, you're gonna get it.
So what he's done there in principle is he's got a really good, well-paid job.
Fucking mental.
Has
100K at 22.
And then has run up to a random celebrity, quit his job and go, I've done a TikTok, I will work for you. And he's gone, no.
But not even that. Logan Paul said, "Oh, have you got what it takes?" And he goes, "Not really." I was like, "Why would I fucking hire you?"
Like,
then?
if you're gonna get in the room with somebody like that, you better have a good fucking pitch.
Yeah, elevator pitch
to be in there with them.
Literally, man.
You better have something to show. We go, yeah, I've like if I was in a room with I don't know Logan Paul or something like that, I'd be like, look, I'm a fucking actor. I've done this. I've worked on a podcast. I've done this. I've done that.
100%.
I would have like at least 4 or 5 things, and even if you went, yeah, nah, I'd go, fair enough. I haven't thrown my life away to be in a room with you.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
and made myself look like a complete fucking idiot.
Well, then he's having a fucking breakdown in his car in the fucking like BP garage.
The thing is that he's gone viral from this. He's this is like a. I mean, obviously it's a lose situation because he threw away his good job.
That's the thing, absolutely.
He's also kind of doing well because he has got. It's that classic thing of any press is good press.
Is it with viral though? Are you sure?
But I would say this as well because on TikTok it's easy to go viral, but it's hard to maintain anything.
Yeah,
post that
and go viral for the right reasons and be marketable.
And he became viral for COVID. He's become viral for a bit like you. But he's become viral for being a fucking idiot. Because a part of me really wants to sympathise.
Okay.
Initially, I was like, oh man, I fucking because I'm quite an empathetic person.
When he's in his car crying,
I was like,
you didn't know the full context.
Yeah, because I was like, I feel bad for this dude, and then I saw what he did, and I was like, you're a fucking plum.
Yeah.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot. But
you're definitely watching this.
He'll watch this, and he'll
come into the studio next week.
We'll interview him. We'll get him in. We'll do a Zoom call with him.
I mean, can you imagine? Obviously, Logan Paul and us are very different entities. But I imagine he would shit the bed at talking to us. How's this motherfucker got 100K? That's what my focus.
I mean,
is.
what is he? I'm assuming
banking or money or
probably
something. Recruitment maybe. Yeah,
probably recruitment.
But I mean,
I applied for a recruitment job recently, and they're the most smarmy fuckers.
I can't. Okay.
I like the fact that the guy in the background's like this dude here. I don't know who he is.
I don't know who he is.
He looks
Security
like
or something.
He looks like that one British dude who does impressions of Tyson Fury and people like that.
Oh yes,
not Aaron Kraskell, not that fucking dude.
Irish guy.
You know the little fella. He looks like him.
Here's a comparison for what we're talking about. I'm never gonna fucking remember.
I can't think of what his name is, but he's sitting there looking at him like he's like, oh fuck it, because he's probably sitting there like, am I gonna have to push this dude away? And then he's heard what he said and he's gone, he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
There's a point where he's just grinning and you just tell he's just being like, what a tit.
Do you know what? This made me really like Logan Paul a bit more because he so easily could have, when his security were pulling him away, he could have gone, get
the fuck out of here.
I can't talk to you another time or something. I've got to go do something. But he was like, no, I'm interested. And then he didn't really...
He heard him out.
And he didn't patronise him any more than the ammo that this guy was giving Logan Paul.
Yeah, he doesn't go, oh, you're a fucking idiot. You shouldn't have
he was
done
saying
this.
what, you don't have, you have no friends, what?
Yeah.
And he's like, you're a good-looking guy, you have friends, of course you do.
He's trying to
You've got
encourage
family.
him a little bit. He's trying to give him a little bit of positive encouragement.
I like what you said as well, is because the guy was saying, I want a mentor or someone. And Logan was like, bro, I need a mentor at this point. No. I'm not ready to mentor.
I think
I liked that. Very human.
I think a lot of people seek out this idea that someone's just going to come in and it's like Liam Neeson type is just going to show up and show you how to do
pick
things.
Me out.
He's going to pick me and he's going to see what I've got to offer and he's going to bend over backwards to make sure that I do what I want to do, and he's going to help me out. And that's not really the way. I don't think in life through your life you don't everyone's experience of life is so unique, and the idea that a single person who has lived a single life on this world is going to come in and be your mast and is going to steer you through it is nonsense.
You have to be that person.
Yeah, you have to be Batman. You have to. He's done it. Let's get some fireworks.
Inspirational music starts now.
Let's get some M83 on it. It's gonna be real deep.
Yeah, Midnight City.
Yeah, that's the one. But through your life, I think you learn more from making mistakes.
Absolutely.
And you learn from just experience. You learn how to gauge people and gauge situations.
Go off, sis.
And sort of work out what you're doing. Yes, Queen.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You learn how to do that, and then
what is it? People.
It's
that. There you
thing,
go.
Yeah.
What was I fucking doing?
Sorry, I'm. Greg sits there like a fucking seal.
I've completely torpedoed your really, really nice, eloquent point. Carry on.
I think that this is the thing that Logan has said here, which is bang on. Is that I need a mentor. The idea of a mentor is kind of a redundant one, because as much as anything else, if you want to be in this field of you're making stuff on social media and you want to be doing this and doing that, you can model yourself off of somebody.
Yeah.
But stuff changes constantly.
Absolutely.
There's like Logan Paul is one of those people who's changed a lot. Like he started out on, I know we've brought it up a few times, he started on Vine. And there's like a lot of the classic YouTubers who were really famous when I was really young, people like, like Ray William Johnson, people like that. They're like gone now. Like they're still there, but they're nowhere near what they were.
But then you've got Bo Burnham on the flip side of that, who started on YouTube, and look where the fuck he is.
Yeah, now
like,
but even that, he like took a break for a long time.
Absolutely.
Like and he sort of and then became like a film director.
Yeah,
so
and then adjusted.
It's that constant thing of adaptation. It's easy to go, well, if I just do exactly what that person does, then I'll be able to do whatever. Like, it will be great. And it's like, well, no, be your own creator and create your own shit. Like
that's the main thing, though, isn't it? At the crux of it, whether you agree with Adam or not, if you're not making shit, it's not going to fall into your lap. Like things. My rule of thumb with anything creative is find something a couple of things you like, not just one. Find a couple of things you like, mimic them. In your own time, fun, not plagiarism, just mimic them, but then
learn from how they do it and develop a style.
Absolutely, fucking nailed it, man. Absolutely doing it. Keep doing it, and then you'll find your own ways of like, oh, actually, I quite like it like this, or like, and then before you know it, you've got your own fucking style.
Exactly.
True Geordie, basically, happy to admit it. The podcast is all Joe Rogan, like the brickwork, the getting the guests on, the way you start, the style of talking about it.
And anyone who then models themselves off of True Geordie is modelling themselves off of Joe Rogan, and it keeps going and going and going. Joe Rogan is probably modelled off of old radio shows he listened to, you know,
100%.
when he was probably on the road fucking beating the shit out of people in cage fights or whatever he was doing, or when he's busy cooking elk meat, like listening to the radio. That was probably what steered that. So
DMT.
Exactly, doing DMT.
Yeah.
Yo, James, pull that shit up.
You have done DMT?
You haven't done DMT? That's wild. You haven't done DMT? But like,
yeah, you're absolutely right, man. But you've just got to be fucking doing it, man. Like, that's not. There's no secret. There really isn't a secret to it.
I think what it is as well with this particular dude, and there's a lot of it. There's a lot of people on social media who do this. It's like the social media vampire. The kind of people who, you know, they're just trying to. It reminds me of that Kanye West lyric where it's like they're just trying to. They ask you how, oh, you're good, you're great, and then they ask you for something. You know, it's like that. I've butchered that lyric completely.
Love that lyric.
But
love that Kanye
he
lyric.
says like, oh, I'm good, I'm great, and then they ask you for something, and he says something like that, and it's bang on. That's what this dude's doing. Is he's done this little thing. And he's trying to get anything off of him. He's just trying to get something off him.
Absolutely.
Because if you're on 100K and he says, I want to act, I want to be doing creative shit. If you've got 100K, you can afford to do that
do
shit.
it in your own fucking free time,
You can get yourself a fucking studio, cameras. You could probably sign up for a fucking acting course if you really wanted to do that. You could probably use that money and just go, look, I want an agent. If you had that amount of money, you could just pay for this shit. It would be so easy. If I had 100K in my bank right now, I mean, I'd probably make about 3 films, like, but just low-key, small budget.
Yes.
But there's so much I would do. I'd make a studio so I could record stuff.
Right.
I'd be doing stuff like that. If I had loads of money, that's immediately what I would be doing.
It's investment, man.
It would be investing in my own stuff. He's got that money.
Yeah.
And, like, fucking use it properly. You don't need that much to afford, you know, somewhere to live. If this is a dude who's got no friends, he could live out of, like, a 2-bedroom, convert one of the rooms into like
this kind of fucking thing.
into like a studio with like an audio setup and some cameras and a green screen, and he could just film shit on his own.
Yeah,
he could do that straight away.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, you don't need to follow Logan Paul around and hope that you're going to scoop some of his sweat up in a bucket.
No, exactly.
Like, you can just do that with, like, money is a thing that will propel you through that. Even, you know, like, that will be the thing that really helps you get somewhere.
For real.
Just use your fucking money. You're not like, it's not like he's like, oh, you know, I'm like minimum wage and I've been homeless for like months.
I mean, even then,
it's nothing like that.
You hear people that are on the breadline that still make. I'm not saying like you have to make sacrifices and all of that. Like, you don't, but
there is a certain amount of it.
Of
you
course,
do need to
and
sacrifice your free time.
This
sometimes.
guy's in such a privileged fucking position that not a lot of people do have. And you hear stories of people that have had fuck all, but have still put their nose to the grindstone and grinded to get where they are.
Yeah.
The writer of Squid Game. I don't know if you've seen
he had
Squid
to like
Game
sell
yet.
his laptop.
He had to sell his
shit.
fucking laptop. Like, he got rejected by so many studios in Korea that were like, no one's gonna fucking watch this. He was like paycheck to paycheck, had to sell his fucking laptop to afford the next month's rent.
And now it's like the biggest show on Netflix.
He could have easily fucking thrown the script away with the laptop.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Get a
It's
normal
like
job.
it was like Sylvester Stallone when he wrote Rocky.
Yes,
He had
yeah.
to sell his fucking dog, and
Yeah.
then he bought it back when he got all the money.
Yeah.
And that like it's stuff like that. Like not that you have to like be scraping the bottom of the barrel to be great. Like
No,
that's not the case. But you don't need to
This motherfucker
actively
wouldn't
fuck
be.
yourself over
Yeah.
to then do that. And it's
Right.
quite funny if he's got that amount of money and he's been in a job that pays that amount of money, he won't struggle to get another job.
No.
It's not going to be one of those things where they go.
I reckon his dad probably got him. That's a very unfair statement, but I reckon it is probably.
But
his
like,
dad's
if you're on
got
100K and you're in your 20s like that, then the only way you're doing that is if you are you're being set up by somebody, or
Yeah.
you're working in like some sort of recruiting job or something like that.
Right.
Like
sure.
that's the way you make all that sort of money. And even so, that's ridiculous. But this dude, if he really wants to get out there and do it, just fucking do it. And you've got the money to do it. Like, just strip down a little bit. You know, like I'm not saying become a stripper.
Yeah,
I'm saying
just
like,
where you going with
you
this?
know, downsize, move into a smaller place. You know, you don't need some great big fucking house if you're living there on your own. Get somewhere smaller. You don't maybe you're in a city where the public transport's good. Don't need a car. Get that out of your life.
Right.
Do this, do that, whatever. Strip it down
This is
and
true.
then use that money in a way that is more effective to what you want to do.
This is very true.
I mean, that's just me. That's what I would probably do with that. And the thing is, with a lot of great stuff like that, being creative, being artsy or whatever, you don't actually need lots of money to necessarily do stuff. You could make a short film in an empty room if you really wanted to and your script was tight enough. You could do that.
Yeah.
Same with theatre. If you want to put on some fucking theatre show, you don't need like a whole crew of people. You need one dude to do the lights, a script, and yourself. And you could essentially create something out of that. I've seen people do it. Like, it's doable. And you can be successful from that. And then from that you can build.
Definitely.
So,
yeah.
The guy fucked it.
So moving on to the, what was it? It was brown bread, wasn't it? In between we had a bacon sandwich.
Yeah, we had our bacon sandwich.
Yeah, we had dark content. We've got to move on to this because this is sort of our big story of the week. Astroworld and Travis Scott. Bro, this is so fucking sad, man. Like, the more I've read about this,
really rough.
the more I've read about this, like, it's fucking rough. So, for anyone that wasn't aware or isn't aware, Astroworld is essentially a concert, a festival put on by Travis Scott, well-known rapper. How familiar are you, Adam, with Travis Scott's work?
I've heard a few of his songs.
Like the main, like Goosebumps and Sicko Mode.
I know. Was it Pray for Love? He did it for Uncut. It was in the Uncut Gems soundtrack. You know, the Adam Sandler movie that was in that.
Yes.
All the stuff I know him from really is just soundtrack stuff. Like he did the music in he did like a song for Tenet, which was pretty good.
Okay.
Like his sort of music isn't really my cup of tea because I'm a twatty indie white bloke.
Right.
So it's not really my cup of tea.
But you're aware of him, of
I'm
course.
aware of him. It's not like I'm completely living under a rock.
Yeah. He's one of the
Like-
biggest rappers, isn't he?
Oh yeah, at the
Really?
moment, like
I
you
mean,
can't really escape him.
and
Like, he's-
especially at the moment, as you say.
Yeah.
So Astroworld, I think it was its second festival. I think that was one in 2019. Obviously, had to skip for 2020, and then this was the big return one. There's about 50,000 people went to the festival, and I think that it was already at more or less maximum capacity.
Yeah.
And so it was throughout the day, people were having a great time, and then when Travis Scott started performing, there began this surge to get as close as to the main stage as possible. No one else was performing at the time. There was 2 stages, and obviously it's his show. So that stage closed off, and everyone surged over and went over. And bro, it looked fucking like hell on earth, man. Like, I want to. There's so much to this. I don't really know where to start, but over 300 people have been injured, and 8 people so far have been confirmed to have died in the surge and the stampede and been trampled. And I want to start off with this first eyewitness report of a guy that was at the festival. And obviously, as we get into this, there's a bit of a trigger warning to begin with because there is some.
This isn't going to be particularly fun.
No, it's dark.
This is going to be pretty grim.
It's dark, man. It's really sad. So let's hear from this guy that describes a little bit in better detail what he saw and what went down.
Fucking hell, bro. Like, it felt like we was in a concert in hell. You couldn't breathe. You couldn't see. Like, just imagine all the people they're going to find tonight who was in that crowd, who nobody could see, who nobody could hear, who passed out, and everybody was just trampling on top of them the whole fucking concert. Like, I'm thinking it's probably gonna be like at least 100 people who dead tonight. Like, I kid you not. Like, in the VIP section, it was so many bodies laid out. People was getting pulled out who was fainted, and the medics were trying to give them CPR, and they was flipping them over, and like they was literally turning black and blue. Like, I never seen death in my fucking life, bro. Just by me alone, it was probably like 10 fucking people laid out dead. And like once the medics tried to help them, they wasn't responding. They moved to the next person. It was nothing they could have do. Like this shit really fucked me up and like really spooked me tonight. Like that was like some demonic shit. Like, and what was so crazy, like people were screaming help, trying to tell Travis Scott. They was like help. The whole crowd was just going like help, help, help. And he just kept going, bro. It was like that shit was scary, bro. It was so demonic, bro.
It's the scary part that people were trying to communicate that something was very fucking wrong and nothing really happened. And initially, I sort of read, my impression was that the concert went on for about an hour before it stopped, and people were getting attention. He finished his set. Like, it didn't stop. He finished his set. And I think there's a debate to be had. We'll have it a bit more at the end when we've gone through a bit more of the sources here, whether it's his fault, whether it's the production team's fault. But bro, I mean, it's fucking awful, and you've got things like this that were happening. So it was at maximum capacity anyway, and then you have fucking surges of people breaking in. Like, look, man. Like, bro. And the worst thing is that the way Travis is, he incites this kind of thing. Like, in all of there was a lot of tweets beforehand that were saying, oh, we're sold out, but we're going to get the wild ones in. No, turn up, we're going to get everyone in. It's fucking shocking, man. It's such a lack of care of your own fucking fans, man. No one goes to a gig to die. No
concert is worth dying to.
Right, you know? And no one, it's just such... He's not a young man. I want to put that out there. He's fucking 30. He's a grown man.
Yeah.
You got to have... And he's been in this business for a while now. You got
he's
to
been around
have
for years.
Some kind of fucking awareness of... You sell tickets, you have a maximum capacity for a fucking reason, for safety, especially in COVID times. Like that's not even.
I mean, that's a whole other.
That's not even part of the conversation. It really isn't. But if anything, my point being that we are more aware of capacity issues now.
Oh, yeah, massively. I think I would understand it if it was like, oh yeah, we've. The real capacity, let's say, is like 60,000.
Right.
Or we'll sell 40,000. Or gotta come along and see if you can get in.
Right.
Because then it's that viral thing of it. Like people go crazy for it. Like that would, that would be a story.
And that does happen.
Yeah.
You can
sold out show gets filled with extra people. Travis Scott sells out and more. That would have been probably what he was after. But
for real.
You have to think realistically, and you should have said, "Oh, there's space for 30,000." Oh, look, there's actually more that you can get here. Look,
I have to mute this one because we don't want to get fucking copyright strikes. But look, man, this is fucking mad, and this is part of the security team's problem, I think, as well. Because look,
already you can see
people getting hurt,
the danger of what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like you're getting handfuls of people like coming in. You're getting like hundreds of people at a time hoarding in, shoveling through, and someone there is getting fucking crushed already.
Already, bro.
There's probably someone there who's already got their fucking nose broken, and they've not even got in yet. No one's been playing the fucking music.
Yeah, man. Then of course you've got these clips that you've seen of Travis Scott carrying on singing, as the guy alluded to in that eyewitness report. There's no way. Okay, I'm going to put this out there straight away. There's no way at this point, and as we'll see, that he wasn't aware of what was fucking going on. If you're on stage, you can see fucking everything.
Yeah. I was going to agree with you on this because I think there's a lot of people going like, oh, it gets smoky on stage and there's lots of lights. And you go, yeah, but
bro,
the lights are not on you. They're not being shone into your fucking eyes.
You are the center of attention.
The person who can see everything is you, and he would have seen the fucking lights coming up.
Bro,
he sees people getting dragged up. I think they got people getting dragged up to the stage to then be brought into VIP.
That fucking... Motherfucker up there doing Fortnite emotes. Like, do you know what I mean? It's fucking mad, isn't
it's
it?
one
Not
of those
to make
things
light
where
of
it's
it,
like,
bro, on that fucking
like,
dumbass fucking platform.
The thing is, like, people are going to be going, oh, you know, he's just one guy. He wouldn't be able to stop the concert or whatever. Yes, you can. Yes, you fucking can.
He is the guy.
He is the guy.
He's the guy.
He is Roman. What? He's Roman Reigns. He is the guy. You know, he can. He's the one who can stop that shit. And the thing is, it's not like, oh, you know, like this sort of thing has never happened. You know, there are so many examples of musicians stopping fights and shit kicking off at concerts for like one person. One person.
But Adam, they can't see.
Yeah,
what are you talking about? How did they see?
They wouldn't know. Someone.
How did they see? They can't see. They're on stage.
They wouldn't have a clue. You know, it's not their fault.
I don't mean to make light of it. I'm just fucking. It's just such
and the thing is as well is like the stage he's on is like an elevated platform. He's basically performing on a fucking watchtower. Like it's like you couldn't be in a better position unless if you actually had a searchlight next to you. Yeah, that's the only way it could have been more clear.
Yeah,
and the thing is like if you're a musical performer in that sense, you're gonna have like a fucking headset on so you stay in time with the music and shit.
Yes.
There's no reason why someone couldn't go, Travis, could you fucking split the people up a little bit because it's getting a little bit fucking heated over here, man. And like I've been to concerts and I've been to gigs and I've been to festivals and stuff. I have been in a situation where I've been up the front when there's been like a bit of a mosh kicking off, and it's fucking scary.
For sure.
But you know, like
feel a sense of control.
There is a little bit of concern. Like I've been pushed up against the barrier before and had my ribs smacked into the barrier, and like I've been there, and it is fucking frightening. But the crowd that I was in was a lot more controlled, and there wasn't that crazy rush to be at the front. We just happened to be in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
But this seems to have been going on for like quite some distance. It's just a complete mess.
One of the things, so we alluded to it there a little bit, that he, sorry to tread the same ground, but worth treading. I think 8 people have died. He will have seen everything going on.
There's no way that this guy didn't.
The crowd knew because they were involved with it, and they were trying to communicate to him, man. They were. So look, we've got some.
Stop the show. The guy's literally on a fucking massive plinth. Oh, I saw this clip.
Okay, look, this really fucking makes me feel so disturbed.
Like, it's fucked. This one makes me feel really weird. Do we know if the guy in this video is still with us?
I'm very, very cautious to show this clip. I'm going to blur it because I think he may be... There's a word we have to use on YouTube to not get censored, and it is... what's the word? Unalived, I think we have to say, instead of the
I use not with us.
Not with us. I like that. That's almost nicer, yeah. But how uneasy does that make you fucking feel?
Like, it's the fact that he's looking in the exact direction where this person was.
This is a really helpful compilation, actually. So this poor fucking girl, man. I saw her. She did a write up on Instagram as well. And she did say at the end, don't send hate to the cameraman, because I think there was don't direct hate at any individual. I think that it's from his perspective a production thing as well.
Yeah.
But let's just watch this clip because this is fucking so sad.
That's okay with you real quick. Face me this door.
So he probably has sound cancelling headphones on because of noise cancelling. Thank you. Because obviously he has to hear the production crew and know what he's doing. So in his eyes, it is probably him saying to this girl, "Get the fuck off my platform! What are you doing up here?"
Yeah.
However, how much effort does it take to do that little one?
Yeah.
And then to hear the crowds chanting, and
I mean the thing is, if he's radioed in, then presumably you would be hearing.
Well, that's the
go,
thing, man.
Like, God, we have a problem out here.
Why would he not? Why would he not put that in the radio? Like, you got 2 people up here. Yeah, man. Can you like absolute fucking hell on earth, man? Like absolute fucking hell. Like the fact that they're so desperate. They're saying someone is literally
like dead.
Not with us here.
Not with us.
And this guy's just saying, "Get the fuck off the platform! Like, stop, just leave it." Ugh, bro, like I can't even imagine. Like, just fucking terrifying, man. Yeah, another angle from it.
Yeah, so it's the same bit of footage.
Right. So he says there, I've got another clip of it as well. He says, "Who asked me to stop? So he has something. Who asked me to stop?" And he goes, "Put your fucking hands up in the air. You know what we came here to do." So he's acutely aware, man. It's so I'm not defending this guy in the slightest. I don't think anyone can, because he was so fucking aware. He is so acutely aware that something was happening, and he just carried on with his fuckboy like wild nature of, "No, we keep this going. You know what we came here to do." That bollocks.
Like, I understand that up until the point where people are actually dead, in which case you don't do that, you
absolutely.
stop.
Yeah.
Because you'd rather come away with your fans not being dead.
You'd think, man. You'd fucking think. I don't know, bro. Like, it's so rough.
I think part of it as well is that there's celebrities often... I mean, we've seen it a lot, haven't we? Where celebrities, they get so big that they just completely lose touch.
Right.
And that's sort of a little bit like what this comes across as, is that it's just like...
Yeah, man.
Someone with a completely... Like, again, I don't want to pry and assume, but it feels like someone with a very warped perception.
Right.
Just, playing up to this, like, character of, oh, we're wild.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, at a certain point, you need to drop the fucking... whether or not it's actually an app, you need to drop it a little bit, because, like, your people are dying because of what's going on at your show, which it's your name on the fucking thing. Like, you're in charge of it.
Your reputation on the line, mum.
Yeah, it's interesting how different, even though it's very similar in some ways, how different this is to the Alec Baldwin situation.
Yeah,
because there is something about this that feels so much more just completely negligent. It's not just like, oh, someone randomly got killed in a crazy rush by the crowd. Yes. It's like every element of this seems to break down to, it was being not instigated, but being enabled a little bit. That's
Absolutely.
How it comes across.
I want to show you a few clips as well, because this guy, Travis Scott, he has a history of instigating this kind of thing. And the point has been made. This isn't a new point. He knows full well how to stop a show, by the way. I'm going to show you that one first, actually. So, crowd surfing. I've got to fucking mute this because it's fucking copyright music, you bastard. So, look, he's crowd surfing and he's standing by the crowd, being a wild one, as he likes to say. Yeah.
So that's the music.
So he's cut the music there.
Turned off.
He's stopped
now.
the show.
You tried to take my shoe? You want to be a thief?
Spits on him. Nice.
Throw sign at him.
Yep, nice. It's this kid here.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Oh, sorry.
So
yeah,
he'll stop a concert because his shoe got pinched. But when 8 people are dead,
tried to steal his shoe.
Tried
to steal his shoe. I will just say. And I think he was saying things like, "Get his ass, get his ass."
Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Like, look, he tries to go after him, man. Spits on him. Love that. Love that for you.
Like, I sort of understand keeping up the persona a little bit.
Throws the mic at him.
But
bro, but that's not persona. Like, that's not a rock star,
it's
man.
Still just being. It makes him look like a fucking baby.
Yeah.
Like,
this is him instigating a fan to jump off a balcony. So this guy's hanging up here, really fucking high up, I will say, as well.
What the fuck is he doing?
I think he must be on something.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's no one in their right mind does that shit.
Right. And funnily enough, Travis Scott manages to spot him.
Oh,
so he doesn't spot.
So he doesn't.
Yeah.
He's not short-sighted.
No. Well,
Huh.
Here we go. Sees him.
Give me 18 real quick. I see you, but are you gonna do it? I ain't gonna lie. Turn the lights on. Turn the lights on. They gonna catch you. Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
I don't think that's the clip, but so one guy does. I don't have a clip to hand, and I'm glad I don't. But one guy does jump, and he actually paralyzed himself for life because he jumped off a fucking balcony at a concert, and no one caught him, of course. So yeah, Travis Scott has a reputation for this kind of thing, and anyone trying to defend him at this point can go fuck themselves, quite frankly. Peace and love, of course. Here is Travis's response. See what you think of this.
To the ones that was lost last night, we're actually working right now to identify the families so we can help assist them through this tough time. You know, my fans really mean the world to me, and I always just really want to leave them with a positive experience. And anytime I can make out, you know, anything that's going on, you know,
This fucking head rubbing really annoys me. I don't know. I know it really isn't the point, but how fucking irritating. And the filter. Why did he need a filter? He's put a black and white filter over that before he's uploaded it.
It's because it's hashtag somber.
Oh, really? It's part of the...
You know, I stop the show and, you know, help them get the help they need, you know? I could just never imagine the severity of the situation. We've been working closely with everyone to just try to get to the bottom of this. The City of Houston, HPD, Fire Department, you know, everyone to, you know, help us figure this out. So if you have any information, you know, please just contact your local authorities. Everybody.
Is he running a bath?
Continue to just keep your prayers. I mean, I'm honestly,
Can you hear water?
Yeah, I can hear something in the background.
I could never imagine anything like this.
I mean, I don't know the guy well enough, but that just seems very disingenuous to me.
It's a really hard thing because like you know, I was saying before again with Alec Baldwin, where there's that thing of, you know, he takes the ownership of the situation, he sort of explains it.
That's true.
And it feels very raw.
That's true.
But that feels very like, oh man, it's such a shame that this happened. It feels like a YouTube apology.
He's got a script here. Well, no, he can't because he's rubbing his fucking head the whole time. Maybe it's on the floor. Maybe it's in the bath on like a little dinghy thing. No jokes, Greg.
But like,
carry on.
But it could just be a thing where he's it just feels it feels like a YouTube apology, you know, and people are like, so
yeah,
I'm recording this because I fucked up.
So they hit the thing.
Yeah,
and
you
they
know.
sit down and go.
So you've probably seen a few tweets about me. So I got cancelled. And you know what? They were right to cancel me. You know that sort of shit.
Yeah,
it gives me that vibe. Of,
Yeah, 100%.
And they've got that like croak in their voice because they're really sad about it.
Yeah.
It gives not, but it's like not even that level of effort. It's like this is like, oh man, some stuff happened. If anyone knows anything,
Tell the
like
police.
you know, tell police.
Yeah.
Like if it were me, it would be like, right, I mean, you wouldn't want to be in that situation anyway, but you'd think, right, I'm going to pay for all the funerals. I'm going to cover everything. I'm going to make a promise that this will never happen again at one of my shows.
Mm-hmm.
And from this moment onwards, my shows are going to be super safe. We're going to make such an effort to make sure that nothing like this ever happens again.
Yeah.
That would be the real response, to sort of own it and go, you know what, we fucked up really badly. This got way out of control. And going forward, nothing like this will ever happen again. Because that's the only thing you can do at that point.
Right,
it's the only way
100%.
that you could could manage that. But
especially the way he acted, and we all have like video evidence of him quite clearly seeing what's happening and not acting on it.
yeah, it's not like a thing of like he's on stage and he's sort of being like getting shoved off by his team. Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Keep performing. Like we don't see someone come up on stage and go, "Yo, Travis, you got to keep performing." What? No,
It's
you got to
funny
stay
you
on
say
when
that.
you're doing that.
Carry on.
Like he's just sitting up there on his own. He could easily say, "Right, everybody, you got to take 10 steps back." 10 steps back from each other and another 10 steps. Everybody back up, okay? And stay back, okay? It would take that. And here's the thing, like, I know I sent you a few videos of it, but there's like, we've seen this is a thing that musicians can do. Musicians can take the situation that they're in and they can go, that doesn't look good. Let's make sure that everyone, moves back a little bit and
for sure,
make sure that it's fucking safe.
Yeah. When we close, so let's close the book on Travis for a bit with just the fact that we'll remind ourselves that 8 people so far are not with us anymore between the ages of 16 and 27.
Because that's the thing as well. Travis's fan base are young man. Like
young,
they're like fucking kids.
Yeah.
They're TikTok. They're fucking TikTokers. They're fucking Fortnite kids.
And that is the thing.
They play fucking Fortnite. They're Fortnite kids.
Well, that is the thing as well. Like, this has basically dominated my TikTok For You page for the last couple of days. So
I mean, it's been all over Twitter and things.
But with TikTok, you only hope, like you alluded to there, is his fans are all on TikTok. You can only hope that that's getting through to them of this guy's not safe to be around.
Yeah.
Like, be a fan of his music or whatever, of course, like you do you. But
like, you got to be careful.
He doesn't, he's got no regard for your safety.
Yeah.
Quite clearly. Not even, okay, if you want to debate the point of if he knew or not, he incited people to come when they didn't have tickets.
And there's that thing, who's telling me to stop the show? Yeah. Like, he acknowledges it. If he didn't acknowledge it and you go, maybe he didn't hear it because he, had a headpiece on, he might not have seen it, he might have assumed the lights were something else, he might have assumed that like a fight happened and it wasn't any big deal. Like, you could kind of understand maybe that, but the fact that he actually acknowledges the situation in some capacity, that's the problem, is that in acknowledging it and then doing nothing about it, that's where it comes from. That's where it really gets difficult.
Here you go. Yep. So there's a clip that it's interesting you say that. There is a clip that shows that he had a few people come up on stage to tell him to...
So these like people on his team?
I'm led to believe, yeah. That's the weirdest thing as well. It was all streamed live on Apple Music. They cut to the ambulances in the crowd.
Yikes.
It was just really weird. It's sort of
I was wondering what it was
sensationalist.
being actually filmed for.
Yeah, Apple Music live stream. But here you go.
2 hands to the sky. 2 hands to the sky. 2 hands up, y'all. 2 hands up. Y'all know what y'all came to do. Chase me, let's go. I want to make this motherfucking ground shake, goddammit.
Oh.
Here we go.
Right.
Here we go.
It's like doesn't it just rub you the wrong way? Like, they couldn't have gone up to him for any other reason. Yeah. I can't in my head.
Let's do this song together, boys.
Yeah.
Like, they were going like, yo, Travis, you got to fucking...
And he brushes them
like
off.
This, yeah, and he basically tells them, you can tell he's basically like, fuck off. And it's like it's annoyed him.
Yeah.
So he's been like, fuck this, I'm going to make this even more. That's how it comes across. And it's like,
honestly, man.
Like, I don't want to fucking shit on a dude who's, doing whatever. But it's so hard to defend. It's so fucking hard to defend.
Yep.
And it's like everything just stacks up after a point. You're like, how the fuck does this even happen?
I've got this one as well for you.
Hey, get your fucking nerdy ass off the stage, bro. Go. Now, you. Off. Yes, I don't know you, bro. Go. Nobody on stage, bro. Nobody on stage, bro. No disrespect. I'm an artist. No, I don't know. I don't care if you're working for Summer Jam. Bye. You're not working for Travis. This isn't Summer Jam. This is a Travis Scott show.
That guy was probably, what, like 15,
fucking
16?
young. Yeah, exactly. So there's so many things. So there's so many things to unpack here. Again, sorry to hammer it home, he knows how to stop a show.
Yep, he just stops it there.
He says, I'm an artist, get out of my face, which probably is a similar conversation that he was having with those guys, if not verbally, but it's a kind of similar interaction as we're seeing here. he's just a piece of shit, man. Like, he really is. Like, I'm sorry, there's no two ways about it. And this situation is just rough. But have you got anything else to say on this sort of situation?
Only that we've seen so many fucking other musicians who have been in this situation have stopped the show.
Absolutely.
And it's easy.
So, yeah, let's have a look. So, one of my personal favourite guys, Post Malone.
Posty
Bay.
Does somebody need help? Somebody needs help down there. You guys sound fucking beautiful, man. God bless you. Can we get some help down
My
there?
favourite Minecraft YouTuber, Post Malone. Did you know about that? That he was like a Minecraft YouTuber
Was
back
he?
in the day. Yeah, it's like a whole thing.
Somebody needs help.
Yeah, spots it, cuts the music,
Yeah.
pulls him out. Legend.
Acknowledges the
Hero.
crowd that carry on because fucking bless them, like they're having a good time, but he's on it, isn't he? KSI as well, another YouTuber. And he's relatively new to all this music stuff, isn't he? So this is, I don't really know what my point is there, but for him to have the awareness,
he's not someone who's been around for years and years and years in the music business.
But he has
like,
that sort of awareness and that care about.
I mean, how long has he been making music? Like 2-3 years? Something like that? About 3-4 years, maybe tops.
Properly, properly,
Like-
but playing around with it for quite a while.
Hey, yo, is my man over here good? Hey, boss man, you alright? Can we get someone to check him out? Yeah. Hey, how you doing, bro? Yeah, let's look after this kid real quick, man. Do you want to maybe bring him out?
Oh wow.
So I mean, like, look at him. He's like really young kid. He's probably about like what 14,
he's
15.
He's got the Sideman merch on as well. Bless him. Like that was really. I hadn't seen that clip before. That's really sweet. Like that was quite. He cared, didn't he, JJ? Bless him. Who is this, Adam?
I think this is the 1975. This one just really makes me laugh because
okay.
it's like 8 seconds, and so there was someone fighting, and then we get some.
No fucking fighting at my gig. Fuck off.
It's just quite funny.
I like the auto-tune.
I think that's the thing that makes me laugh. Like, hey, no fighting at my gig. Fuck off. Like,
That's brilliant.
Something about it is just comical.
Who's fighting at a 1975? Like, that's not the music that.
Like I can't imagine. Someone's putting on fucking the sound. Like they're playing Sex. Kill him. Like I don't.
Chocolate. Boom.
It's like I can't imagine a single 1975 song that makes me go, you know what? That just gets my blood flowing. I'm angry now.
Yeah, absolutely. There's this one of where's the one? Here we go.
Oh yeah, I've seen this clip.
Hey, yo, hold up. Yo, we got a little problem up here.
Pick him up right
Everybody up. Sorry, you guys. We gotta look out for safety first, for real.
Yeah, but how
Nobody
rock and
gets
roll?
hurt.
How rock and roll is that though? Do you know what I mean? That is proper.
I mean, this is a thing that disproportionately, when I was looking this up, is that guys who are in metal bands are really nice. Like
Bro,
they're so
well,
careful.
You mosh to have a good time, not to fucking fight for your life.
Because the thing is, like, you expect that it would be at its worst in like a metal environment because of the kind of music is.
And
You
like
think
Wall of
it
Death,
would be.
yeah, but there's that respect of like someone falls over,
You pick them
listen,
up. You help
listen.
them out.
That's number one. We'll play the whole shit again if you guys get up, if you guys are all right. Okay, watch yourselves.
Hey, yo, man. We know we've been stressing all night about being cool, and this is the reason why. Let's go over it one more time. When someone falls, what do you do? When someone falls, what do you do?
So it's not even like, oh, you can't keep the crowd going when that happens.
Right.
Like, you can make it a fucking chant. Pick
Bro.
them up. Like, you can make that a fucking chant.
Because that is rock and roll, man.
Yeah.
We all mosh, we all have a good time.
Yeah.
But if someone fucking falls, you go, come on, like, get
Yeah, it's
involved
come on,
again.
We'll make sure you're okay.
Not
If you
fucking-
need minutes to pull to the side, well, I'll push through the crowd to get you to the side.
Bro,
Like, you know what I mean?
That's
Like,
proper rock and roll, man.
It's
For
not
real.
It shouldn't be a fucking fight to the death just to listen to fucking Travis Scott.
Honestly,
you know, like
absolutely. Yeah, and it's cool to recognise your crowd that, you know.
Why couldn't Travis act like this at Astroworld?
I do love the
Astroworld.
Astroworld, yeah.
Astroworld.
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 That's how the TikTok and like your girl that you like.
Astroworld. I fucking
Jar Jar
hate her.
Binks.
Jar Jar Binks.
Blimey, you pulled that one out of the bag.
Mate, I'm full of them.
Love that. But
want to see my Robert De Niro? No, I'm not
is
gonna
that a
go there.
euphemism? So this whack your De Niro out.
I'll get my De Niro on, huh?
Y'all fucking idiots on out of Mars. Pick those girls up, bro. Pick the girls up. Pick the fucking girls up. What's wrong with y'all stupid niggas? Pick the girls up. Pick the fucking girls up, bro.
You motherfuckers don't know how to mosh? Pick them up.
It
Fair.
just made me laugh. It's
Yeah,
like-
that's good though, isn't it?
It's like, again, it's like, that'll be a memory that will stick for you, but for the right reasons.
Absolutely. You got called out by ASAP Rocky. He's a very cool guy.
That was fucking wonderful. Like, again, it's not hard to fix this shit. Like, it's like every musician I can think of who's been in that situation has done something to get it right. And I think the person who would be best to model it off of was probably Linkin Park when they had that situation where they were just like turned it into a chant, asserted what they wanted, made sure that the band stayed happy, made sure everyone else was happy, and kept going. And it needed like minimal fanfare.
For real.
Like
Absolutely.
they stopped, and the thing is with this stuff, it stops the songs for like what, 20 seconds tops.
Yeah,
like
for real.
20 seconds. It takes 20 seconds for everyone to take a few steps back.
Yeah.
And just to make sure that they're like an arm's length from each other. Just spread out. Make sure you're an arm length away. And you make that a fucking chant. Arm length away, and you sort of double check it.
Here
you know?
are my closing thoughts on it that I've just had a brainwave of. The thing that has come out with this is that there's so many clips of artists saving, if you will, their fans from being hurt in moshes. So it does happen at festivals. It does. But Travis Scott, he was the arrogant one. He was the one that thought he was too cool for school and wanted to keep going because he's a fucking artist.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's a good way of looking at it. We are majority of the time in safe hands with artists that do care about their fans, and it's just it only adds to the tragedy more that this fucking guy clearly didn't have the care to attention that,
and he's
he
like one
should
of the
have.
biggest artists in the world. There's not an excuse.
Married to a fucking
you know?
married girlfriend, father of the child of a Jenner, of a Kardashian. So he's in with them, but I don't know, man. It's just such a fucking sad situation. And obviously, there's I'm sure you're aware. There's a few conspiracy theory going around about it, which I've steered clear of because it's
so close.
It's just
you
it's
know,
too close
so
to it, man. It's not
such a raw nerve.
Yeah, and I think that it's. Don't get me wrong. If you're saying any conspiracy theories about it, I think that you have to look at it as some people's way of making sense of things or putting something to it.
That's
because
what conspiracies fundamentally are. It's people trying to make sense out of it because.
But this is such a tragedy that some people need to point it towards
it's
certain
fucking
enemy.
Negligence.
But that's
it's
what
a fuck up on multiple levels.
And it's such a tragedy, man. It really is.
Yeah.
But I think we can close the chapter on Travis. I think that there will be more stuff to come out about that, and hopefully there's some proper
I'm
investigation.
sure it's something we'll probably end up talking about again.
Yeah, of course,
on
we'll revisit
whatever
it. Absolutely.
gets sort of decided with it.
But to close the book on that, how do you think our first show has gone, Adam?
Pretty good. Pretty
You
good.
had a good time?
Really nice to be back.
Absolutely.
It's just good to be back in the room and sort
Yes.
of reflect on where we are now. You know, like
Yeah.
it's changed a bit. Having the lovely camera there.
Yes.
Has really changed the
It's
way
an
that
added
the show
element.
feels. It's a really nice element as well.
Yes,
It changes
absolutely.
the way that we work fundamentally.
Right.
And I really like that, and I look forward to seeing what sort of shit we can do going forward with it. You know, like, and we're very thin. Just being recording again.
Absolutely,
it's so
right.
fucking nice.
For real. Faux show. Faux show.
Faux show.
Faux show.
Photoshop.
Yeah. This is a proper end of the show stuff. We're just sort of rabbiting on now.
Gibbering, jabbering.
Do make sure you follow us on TikTok, TMR Podcast. We're going to get Adam dancing. Girl, you know we'll win. No, exactly like that. We will. Follow us on Instagram, Instagram handle I've not changed yet. I will do that as soon as we finish recording.
It will come up on the screen.
It's on the screen now.
It'll be here.
Yeah,
There it is.
Exactly.
Whoa, it's so pretty. What a great font.
Thank
Can't
you.
believe you used Comic Sans.
Oh, can you imagine?
Comic Sans bold underline, italic.
Stop. That's disgusting. Absolutely not.
Word art, mate.
Can you imagine?
Get the old
Graphic
get
design is my
a bit of
passion.
word out. Get a bit of Arial Black.
What was it in
Caps
school?
lock.
What was it in school? Publisher. Wasn't that the
Christ,
one
yeah.
that was
with the big like silver and red fonts? They always are like a diagonal like that.
Or like the bubble one that went like that.
Oh, Christ.
Unreadable. In the circle.
Oh, there's so
like
many.
by Greg Hollands.
Oh, we need to do like a fucking.
Do you know what we should do? This would be fun as a vlog kind of content.
Yeah.
We should take half an hour, go off separately, and load up Microsoft Publisher and redesign the TMR Podcast logo with like a poster, like a movie poster, but only
Just
using
you got that
Publisher.
and paint. The old paint.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's, I imagine that's probably like a plugin now. You need to like
Probably,
fucking access that on a website.
yeah.
Christ.
That would be a good.
Oh man, that would be so fucking
That'd be fun.
funny.
I'll put it in the doc. But Adam, thank you so much for joining me.
It's just so great to be back, man.
Absolutely,
like, it's
is.
awesome.
I've had the best time. I've had great fun. Okay.
Great fun. Good.
Of course, make sure to subscribe, follow us everywhere on our socials, and we'll catch you in the next one. See you later.